Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Megadork Gaming. For those of you just joining us, I am Garrett Thompson, also known as Dorkalicious, and we are playing Game of Thrones. It's a game based off the television show, and if you're just joining us, a quick recap is we played Chapter 1. That was a dude named Morris, which is a guy on the Night's Watch, which is a punishment apparently in this universe. I have a demon Poochie. I named him Poochie. I never read his real name. You start off in a cutscene tracking down a friend, apparently, who is a Night's Watch as well, but he deserted, and deserters are bad. Demon Poochie attacked him. Brought him back to the castle, where we cut his head off, and they gave me a team of 3 guys. Body, dude with sword and shield, and another guy. We went out because our commander, some old dude, told us to go hunt wildlings on the wall because they were doing things. And we came to this base, killed a few guys, found our men dying. Like a really good fighter said, run away. And me being stubborn said, no. Body bitched. And then we went down some stairs, saw a dude on fire, killed the guy near the dude on fire. Body bitched a little bit more. Went through a doorway, down some stairs, body bitched again. So I put him on a balcony and told him to shut the fuck up. And then we kind of did a boss fight, and then I didn't realize the point was to die after you kill the boss. So I fought back, and blah de blah de blah. Next thing we know, I've been shot with 4 arrows, and it's chapter 2 because some guys saved us. And in chapter 2, we are a dude named Alistair. It's 4 months earlier than I'm assuming what we just did, and it is 15 years. It's been 15 years since you left Riverspring, your family ancestral lands. You leave a lot of people in this game, as the firstborn son to Lord Reynold Sayek, in the service to the powerful Lannister family. It should have been yours one day. I am a lord, and I left. Instead, you fled Westeros, the nest of vipers constantly conspiring against each other in their endless Game of Thrones. Okay, I'm maybe to get out of politics. You turned your back on the past and crossed the narrow sea to live in the free cities, far from the web of intrigue spun by the great families. The religion of R'hllor and its red priests welcomes you, and you are now one of them, although your new faith is not a welcome one in your homeland. However, your past has caught up with you, and after a long voyage you have returned to the town of your birth, Riverspring. Cool. Ooh, it's pretty. There I am!
Finally, we come to Riverspring. 15 years ago, it was one of the region's most flourishing towns. But things slowly worsened, and today Riverspring knows only idle craftsmen and discontent among the peasants. And the death of Lord Reynold Sarwick will not improve matters. That said, his death didn't surprise many people. The poor man was but a shadow of his former self since the disappearance of his eldest son. They say that his daughter is the one who makes
Women in
decisions since
charge.
then. And you can see where that has led.
I'm not sexist, it was a joke.
Riverspring. It is much changed.
Have you been here before?
It's been a long time.
I used to live in Riverspring. I left 15 years ago.
Yes, that was a while ago. Back then, the town was still prosperous.
What happened?
I don't know the details, but I think it had something to do with the eldest Sarwick boy leaving.
I must go to the castle.
Oh? And, if I may ask, what would a red priest like you be doing here?
Don't want him knowing I have a son yet.
That is a private matter.
Ah, my apologies. In that case, enjoy your stay in River Spring, my lord. If you should need my services again, please don't hesitate to find me.
Understood.
My lord, would you at least give me your name?
Sir Alistair Sarwick.
Father above, after so long? We thought you had disappeared. My sympathies for your father. I did not recognize you.
My god R'hllor now watches over him.
What
Thank
is
you
the
for
point in
crossing,
letting me
sir.
hide my identity if you're just going to tell him your name, you stupid son of a bitch? I'm not going to read all of that. If you want to, you can pause it. Just gonna, probably gonna put this part of the thing in fast motion, just because no one actually gives a shit. Alright. Go to River Spring Castle to attend your father's wake. Right, you have to right click and hold it to move the camera, which is incredibly difficult for me, as you can see. Alright, son of a bitch! You little shit. I am going to murder you and your family. No, wrong way. I have a really big hood. You little shit. What the hell? Okay. Let's just drop it down. That didn't work at all.
Forgive my boldness, noble
What?
stranger, but I cannot let you walk into certain death like that.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm not sure of the customs in the free cities nowadays, but I wouldn't dream of entering Westerer's arm like that. And yet, as the smith labours day and night for us,
Oh.
it so happens that I sell the finest weapons. Blunt, cutting, perforating, you know what they say, my lord. Don't buy your blade until you know what
Did
you
they say
plan to
that?
stick it into.
Do they really?
Tell me more about cutting weapons.
The most popular. I know of no weapon passed down through families that is not a sword, my lord, and there are good reasons for that. Cutting weapons are especially designed to fight against light armor such as leather, and even the skin underneath. Do you need more information?
You little bitch.
Tell me more about...
The most pop... Do you need more
Oh.
information? Do you need more information? Do you need more information?
Shit.
And don't forget...
Alright.
Very nice robe you've got there. That must be worth its weight in copper. Very nice robe you've got there. My lord, a groat for some food? Just a coin? Horns of ale today?
Let me in the castle.
Halt, priest. This town is in mourning. Access to the castle is closed during the ceremony.
I'm actually here to attend Lord Sarwick's burial.
I'm afraid that's not possible. I'm under strict orders to only allow entry to close kin. With the villagers' current grumblings, we don't want to risk problems.
Please call Maester Harwin.
The ceremony is about to begin. I doubt he'll come for a priest of R'hllor. John, go inform Maester Harwin and bring back Captain Ryman.
Good old Ryman, captain of the guard.
It's been 15 years. A lot of things change.
What is going on here? Why has John gone for the Maester?
Ryman, it's me, Alistair.
Several hells! Alistair? Graydon, I told you only family. That excludes
Ouch,
peasants, dogs,
fucker.
and cravens who abandon their families.
You blame me for leaving, but this is not the time for anger. I've come to bury my father, Ryman, not to fight with you. In honor of the past, allow me to go and pay him my respects.
Very well, you may go. Out of respect for your father.
Alistair, I knew you would come.
Maester Harwin, it's a pleasure to see you again.
The pleasure is shared. 7 gods, you have changed so much. 15 years. I had help from my
You are very
contacts in
old.
Bravos to inform you of your father's death. The funeral will be in the Godswood. The ceremony has already begun.
Why is it not held at the Sept?
It would be if it were not in ruins. River Spring is suffering on all fronts, I fear. Let us go now. Come with me, Alistair.
Can I
Let
do
us
that?
speak as we walk.
What happened here, Maester? How could my father allow things to get to this point?
You know, after you left, Lord Reynold changed. He began to live more and more in the past, and stopped taking care of his duties. Your sister quickly found herself managing more than she should have.
Eliana helped my father govern?
Well, these last few months, she's practically run the house herself. In spite of her efforts, she was unable to slow the inevitable ruin of her lands without a lord. But all is not so dark. Many of your father's vassals remain faithful to their oath. They have all come to the burial in order to honor his memory. We will speak of all this again after the ceremony. Let us make haste, I beg
Open
of
the door.
you.
Let us make haste, I beg. He's really old. My dad neglected his duties.
Hello, Red Priest. I am Lady Eliana Sarwick, daughter of the late Lord Sarwick. You are just in time for the ceremony. Were you close to my father?
You have changed much in 15 years, little sister.
Alistair,
Fuck you
why
too.
have you returned? We don't need you here.
Harwin told me of father's death. It was my duty to come.
15 years without any news. And he had to die for us to see you again. You would have done better to stay where you were.
I do not doubt that my departure was difficult for you.
Difficult? To say the least. Your disappearance was our father's ruin. Do you know how long I cried after you left? And how long I hoped for news of you?
I am sorry. I left Westeros without once turning back, it's true. I understand your reaction. It must have been unbearable for you, but I had to leave. Know that I never forgot you.
That's easy for you to say. And you should know that we here learn to live very well without you.
I understand your reaction, Eliana.
I doubt it. Go pay your last respects to Father. We will speak later.
May the stranger, the eternal outcast, now guide you to the Father, and may he judge you fairly and deliver you from the torments of the seven hells. Your qualities were many. Above all else, you placed the prosperity of the family, so valued in the eyes of the Sarwicks. What you accomplished for your family, no matter.
I'm sorry, Daddy.
Who is that man?
I believe that is the elder Sarwick, the one who disappeared. He has certainly changed, but I recognize him.
Fire! Yay. People don't like gay people in this day and age. Water, water, water. They're going to tell me how gay I am now, I bet you. Oh, no. I'm going to be quiet.
How could you desecrate our father's body that way?
I desecrated nothing. I performed the final kiss, the tribute that priests of R'hllor pay to the dead.
You may be a Red Priest, but you should respect the beliefs of Riverspring.
I did not intend to be disrespectful, little sister.
Do not think that it is easy for me to speak with you after all this time.
Please, Eliana, listen. I left Westeros without a goodbye, and you have every reason to be angry with me. 15 years ago, the war that King Robert Baratheon fought to claim the throne forced me to commit deeds which haunt me still. The very idea of returning to you was too painful. I did the only thing left for me to do. I left and began a new life elsewhere. Not long ago, I received a letter from Maester Harwin telling of Father's death. I could no longer hide myself. It was time to confront my past. What I regret the most, Eliana, is that by fleeing to the other side of the waters, it is you whom I wounded.
All these years, I have thrown a veil over your memory. And you return at the moment when everything is in turmoil. I must be alone for the moment. I will see you later, Alistair.
Take your time, little sister. I understand.
Alistair, Maester Harwin would like to speak with you. He awaits you in the castle courtyard. And if I may add, you should be ashamed of that kiss during the
You
ceremony.
can kiss my
Thanks,
ass.
Ravella. I shall go and see him.
That's what you can kiss. He was my daddy. If I want to kiss my daddy, I'll kiss my daddy. It's really creepy. I mean, so far this seems like this would be a really good show. I'll probably try to watch it eventually, but you know, I have no real desire to watch it. This game is actually playing a lot more like a video with some decisions than actually playing, so I realize these videos are kind of long, but you know, there's not giving me good time to cut it, you know. Like, I've been playing for 20 minutes, and I've walked around the city.
There you are. Please leave us. So,
And made a
you're
few
not
choices.
too unsettled by the situation here?
Yeah, just hopefully the next game will be easier to cut and be shorter. I think I'll just do a chapter per video. Sis is mad at me, and everyone's being really mean.
I spoke to Eliana. She has still not accepted my absence.
That's not surprising. She has suffered much since you left. She had toughened against the pain. But now that you are back, she would not know how to react.
I understand her anger. I pray for things to improve.
You are not the sole cause of her unhappiness. As I told you, Eliana took over managing the lands when your father began to fade. She moved heaven and earth to try to get Riverspring out of this mire.
Our family has always served House Lannister with loyalty. What have they done to help us?
For 15 years your father refused to speak with them, but after his death, Eliana requested an audience with Queen Cersei Lannister. The audience did not go well, and the Queen will only help us once Riverspring has a new lord at its head. So your sister worked towards this end. Riverspring has belonged to House Sarwick for generations. Eliana has refused to marry a lord from any other house. So, the Queen has chosen a man for your sister.
Who is it?
Valar, your father's bastard son.
Bastard!
Your half-brother.
Valar. I left Westeros hoping never to hear that name again. It is out of the question for my sister to marry him. He shares our blood. How can the Queen condone a marriage which goes against nature?
You realize that if Eliana were to wed another lord, she would take her husband's name. Being a bastard, Valar has no family name. It was the only solution to keep Riverspring
How
for
would
House
the Queen
Sarwick.
approve something that goes against nature? You just fire-kissed your dead father. He's just a bastard.
What has changed? He was but a simple squire when he went off to war with me. Only a knight may marry a lady.
Valar rose through the ranks and was knighted. The Queen took him into her service.
But Valar served House Sarwick. How did he get close to the Queen?
Seeing him return alone from the war, your father blamed him for your disappearance. No matter how much Valar claimed to work for the prosperity of House Sarwick, your father wouldn't hear any of it. He cursed him and chased him away from Riverspring for good. Your half-brother was mad with rage and left seeking vengeance. Apparently, he spent several years at the Citadel, using education to compensate for his low birth.
A maester cannot become a lord.
He never became maester, but stopped at the rank of acolyte. He learned the art of war, studied the higher mysteries, and forged links. He was then thrown out of the Citadel several years later for studying the forbidden arts. He's been a sellsword ever since. His reputation spread quickly, and royal ears heard of him. In 2 years, he went from simple soldier to the Queen's Guard. He moves in the shadows. The nobles of the court fear him.
How do you know all of this?
I went with your sister to the Red Keep in King's Landing for her audiences with the Queen. It is there that I learned what I know of him.
Valar. He has taken too much from me already. I cannot just stand by while he marries my sister.
There is something else of which we should speak. I would have liked to spare you this. I do not believe that your father's death was an accident. There are certain indications that lead me to believe that he was poisoned.
Are you sure?
Believe me, Alistair, I know this subject. The Strangler is a difficult poison to detect, but it leaves certain traces that cannot be
someone who wants
caused
my
by
dad's
anything
death.
else.
Did father have any ongoing conflicts which could have prompted someone to murder him?
I am not certain, but there are rumors of a possible culprit.
Tell me who it is.
This may overwhelm you, but the rumors say that it is your younger brother, Garwin.
Garwin? He was but a child when I left.
He and Lord Reynold had some serious quarrels, and he disappeared on the very night of your father's death. We've had no news of him since.
Why? Why would he have done such a thing?
Maester Harwin, the people are rebelling. Rioting has broken out throughout the town.
With all of this festering discontent, it was only a
Why
matter of
did they
time
rebel?
before this happened.
Why would the people rise up with such violence?
Well, the lords left the castle after the burial with their fine clothes and all, whereas the villagers are starving. All of this flaunted wealth must have pushed them too far. Everything quickly erupted. They attacked the lords, taking them hostage.
How did things get this far out of hand?
One man used this opportunity to unite the mob against us. Some guards who hurried back from the marketplace mentioned a man, a certain Tyrek, who was leading the rioters. He is organizing a revolt from there.
Then that is where we must go.
Captain Ryman says that it's impossible. Our men are barely managing to keep them at bay at the castle doors. There are not enough of us to attempt an escape.
Where is Captain Ryman?
He is at the doors. He's the one that ordered the barricades.
7 hells! If Ryman deals with it, the revolt will end in flames and bloodshed.
Riverspring has already suffered too much. I must join Ryman. Riverspring needs me. I will not watch our land fall into ruins without acting.
Very well, but I beg you to be careful. You are a Sarwick. Act as a liege, Lord Alster, and know that your acts will have consequences.
I will do what must be done.
I am sure you will.
I kind of liked the fire and bloodshed option. I'm guessing that's just not an option anymore. Yeah, so a lot of people are mad at me, which makes sense. I mean, I disappeared for 15 years without telling anybody. Then when I come back, I make out with my dead father. Totally understandable to get pissed off.
We should be able to... Well, well, look who's here. Dear Alistair. What have you come for, my good cousin?
I hope you're thinking more clearly than you were earlier.
I have no lessons to learn from a coward.
Let's not start that again. Ryman, I did not come here to fight with you. What can you tell me of the situation here?
We've almost regained control of the southern part of town. My soldiers are about to clean it out. But in the marketplace there are still skirmishes between rioters and people loyal to our cause. Nobles who came for the ceremony are still being held hostage by rebels on the docks in the northern part of town.
Very well. Let's go, Ryman. I want to see this for myself.
Really? His lordship would like to see this for himself? Well then, I'd be happy to accompany you to see this. I cannot wait to see you reason with this gang of peasants. I hope that blade at your belt is not just for decoration. Here, take my flask. You might need
Listen here, you little shit. I am your lord. Okay, I don't know the rules. But regardless, let's go fix things. Priests. Fire. Yeah. Let's just go this way. I have a flask. Flammable oil. Oh, I remember. I can put that on my sword and make it a flaming sword. It's really cool. Alright. What do we got? Let's fix things. This does not look happy.
Ah, there you are, Captain. We were about to execute these men. They must learn who's in charge here.
These people must have committed serious crimes if they are to be executed.
They were amongst the rioters. They must be guilty of something.
If you execute people without reason, the situation will only grow worse.
Allow... What shall we do, Captain?
These vermin don't deserve such kind treatment. But fine. Let's see what my cousin is made of.
Are a shit.
Tell us why you're here, friend.
They started it.
We just came to ask for something to eat. Shut your mouth, scum. You killed one of our men in the port and you will pay for that.
This guard claims to have seen you at the port storehouse.
I was there with the others to demand food, my lord. But I'd already left when that guard got an axe through the head.
What is this man being accused of?
My lord, this man was seen in the port, where the rioting broke out.
And you suspect that he is responsible for this unrest?
One of our guards was killed in front of the storehouse. Someone must pay for that.
So, the guard had his head split open by an axe. How were you aware of this if you left before it occurred? Take this man to the dungeons.
Right away, my lord.
Okay.
This man was found near the dying body of one of our men. Look at him. He's pissed himself. You don't need more proof than that.
This man apparently killed a guard.
Everything leads us to believe it, my lord.
I'll show you
We
an
found him
enormous
carrying
knife.
an enormous knife.
Wait.
What were you doing carrying a knife?
Well, because I'm an apprentice to the butcher in the marketplace, my lord. I use the blade in my work, nothing more.
Did you find him with the blade in his hand?
No, we found it in his pouch, but the blade was caked with dried blood.
Yeah.
Dried blood, you say? The blood would still be sticky and fresh if it belonged to our man. Let this man go immediately.
And your turn.
My lord. You're finally to die, you piece of shit.
I've nothing to do with all this. My lot kept out of it from the start.
I don't give a damn. You've been a pain.
Well,
in the
this is
arse
obviously
for far too
one-sided.
long.
For what crime do you wish to punish this man?
He belongs to an organized gang currently ruling over the port.
They hold the merchants to ransom. They all pay with coin or their lives.
We have good relations with the merchants on the port. They appreciate our protection.
Protection? Don't make me laugh. We finally have the chance to get our hands on him. River Spring will be better off without him.
What were you doing during the rioting?
I live in the inn overlooking the port with some friends. We haven't set foot outside since the revolt started. A group of armed guards arrived and dragged me off in the middle of a game of cards. So, that is River Spring justice, huh? Quick executions without reason?
This man has nothing to do with the current troubles. We're not going to start killing the people of River Spring without reason.
Next time you won't be so lucky, scum.
Well, hello, lady.
You'll pay for what you did, whore.
I wish you had been in your squalid house as it
God.
burned.
What are you accusing her of?
She set fire to my house. I found the bitch admiring her work and celebrating.
Yes, I set the fire, and I'm proud of it.
Why does he deserve a lot
Deserves
worse?
a lot worse.
If you set his house on fire, you do realize that a lord can cut off your hands for far less than that.
Oh, please, don't cut off my hands, my lord. Your guard there. He took advantage of the rioting to violate my little sister. I found her in tears, unable to speak.
Whoa.
You can't call that rape. The girl didn't even put up a fight.
I'll get you and make you eat your own
They will both be punished.
A fire started during the rioting, the rape of a young defenseless girl. You will both go to the dungeons of River Spring.
Are you done, my lord?
Yes, but no
Of
one is to
course.
take such
All of them.
decisions in the future without telling me first. Try to at least hear what they have to say before passing
I'm going
sentence.
to do
Is that
this.
understood?
It'll
Yes, my
put
lord.
glare on my eyes, but you'll be able to see me better.
So that is how you plan to quiet the rioting.
Actually, that didn't do
by
too
getting
much
the
glare,
townsfolk
but
to
you can
side
see me
with
better,
you.
which is a good thing. Or not. Dun 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 dun. Let's go away. 512. I'll stop at 5:30 no matter where I am. Son of a bitch! I want to go out the gate. Look at the gate. Thank you.
We'll die of hunger! Have the gate opened, or we'll set fire to your
Oh, I said
cursed
5:30.
castle!
It's
Calm down.
5:13.
There is
So.
no point in going to such extremes. I am aware that things are not going well here, but burning down the castle won't make things any better.
So, what do you suggest? We are starving!
We are going to put a new tax on the nobility and their property. This will help us bring in food for those most in need. We just need a little time to put everything in place.
This isn't the first promise we've heard.
I know how difficult it is for you to get through each day, but everything will be done to improve your conditions as soon as possible.
Well, for once, noble coin will serve to do something other than deepening our misery. Come along, men! Let's go home!
Open this gate. I'm going to town.
Understood.
Moors didn't have this problem. Nope. Oh. Oh wait, it's a dead body. I should check that out. Oh great, I just looted a dead body.
You are completely mad. Nothing good will come of this revolt.
You'd better think well, Baker. If you're not with us, you're against us.
Please, Preston, just listen to yourself. We've lived in the same town since we were little.
What's going on here? Attacking the castle guards wasn't enough for you. You have to fight amongst yourselves too.
Ah, there are the guards. Milords, we are faithful to House Sarwick, and we're trying to calm them, but it's impossible to make them listen to reason.
Traitors! You wish to continue living in squalor and eating only what the lords shit out?
Silence! I am the son of the late Lord Sarwick. Who is behind this revolt?
He's a merchant who works at the port, goes by the name of Tyrek. He's well respected by the people of River Spring.
At least he's one of ours. He suffers with us and fights with us. He's the only one who's dared to act while we die in squalor.
I understand. I will ask that food from the castle be distributed, but first you must stop this revolt.
You would do that? Swear by the Seven, and we will put down our weapons.
The Seven are not my gods. I swear to keep my word by the divine light of R'hllor.
I know nothing of your god, but I trust your word.
The people will never be abandoned again. Trust me.
My thanks, milord. I was so afraid the situation would get out of hand.
Unfortunately, River Spring has seen too much of its own blood these last hours.
Tyrek promised them that there would be no innocent victims, and those poor sods believed him.
Giving up the castle's food like that, the villagers will be thankful for it, but it won't last for long.
I only have one more thing to fix. Then we'll see what happens. Oh.
Shit! The captain of the guard! Not a step further, or we will kill all of these lords!
Bastards! They're going after the burial guests. How do you want to proceed, Alistair?
People of Riverspring, I am Alistair Sarwick. Why are you attacking these innocent people?
We've been dying of hunger for years, while these lords and ladies with their jewels just strut around us like peacocks.
Start by letting these people go. Nothing can be resolved while you still threaten them.
Free them? You must be joking. The port merchants are all penniless. We ask only for enough to buy new wares and reopen our stores.
Our lands are sick and the castle is low on coin. But these lords here are under my protection, and Riverspring will pay for their release. Ryman, hand them your purse. Eliana will repay you at the castle.
You have some guts. I'll make sure you repay me. Here, beggars. Now get out of my sight.
Thank you, Lord Alistair. You acted like a true lord.
Your talents as a diplomat are equal to your father's, Alistair.
Your compliment warms my heart, Garrison. You should take advantage of this calm to go home. The situation here should return to normal soon.
You're right.
You acted admirably, my lord.
What were you doing, ferryman?
The lords wanted me to help them leave the town, but these brutes attacked us before I could cast off the moorings. It's a good thing you arrived when you did. I didn't think I'd make it. Let me know if I can return the favor one day.
My Lord Sarwick, Tyrek, the leader of the revolt, has turned up at the castle doors. He will only negotiate with you.
The traitor finally shows his face. It's time to put a stop to this madness.
If the people followed him, then this man earned their respect. He deserves to be listened to. Guard, tell him I'm on my way.
Okay, now I can run in a circle and hopefully get to the castle eventually. Buddy. Oh, no, right.
Stop! Leave that man be.
We're just taking back what is ours. These cursed lords have made our life hard for far too long.
Perhaps you want us to slit your throats, like the vultures you are.
It's been too long since you received just rewards for your labor, but things will change. Our town will soon be filled with the light of R'hllor.
R'hllor? What are you going on about?
Go home, and thank the Lord of Light for sparing your lives today.
And then I took it. Okay. Open the gate.
Open the gate. I'm returning to the castle.
Very well.
I think letting me in would have been easier. Speak, pig.
At last! The man who everyone is talking about? The famous Alistair Sarwick?
I've also heard much about you, Tyrek. You are the man who started the rioting which led to a full revolt.
You know nothing of our problems. Your family sits warm in your castle while we die of hunger in the streets.
He proved that he is on our side today, Tyrek. He preferred to use River Springs coin to appease his wealthy allies on the wharf. But he was generous in his judgment, and he was able to stop the slaughter in the marketplace.
I've made decisions which may seem unjust to you, but they were for the good of River Spring. Our town is where it is today because ties with the lords of the Westerlands have been cut. To bring our lands back to health, we must gain the trust and support of the lords.
Unfortunately, your efforts seem to be in vain, Alistair.
May the lords of the Westerlands rest easy. From now on, I will do everything in my power to restore River Spring to its former glory.
You disgust me. You reveal yourself for what you are. Despite your actions during the rioting, you defend the privileges of the lords. Nothing changes. The people will continue to die of hunger, while the lords feast.
During the rioting, the people of River Spring did not die of hunger. They died by the sword, Tyrek. Do you not take any blame for having brought about these massacres? River Spring has suffered heavy losses on both sides, the people and the guards alike.
The Guard will fight to the end for the survival of River Spring, but your decisions did not help us at all. You're so interested in gaining the people's love that you'll lead the town to ruin. You can't rule the town with weak actions.
The people no longer support you, Tyrek. Your cause means nothing now.
He's right, Tyrek. The rioting was foolery. Many of our people died today. Leave it be.
Enough bloodshed, Tyrek. Accept your defeat. Accept your situation. You have no support anymore.
You may have calmed them with your pretty speeches, but I know that it won't change and we'll just keep dying!
I will rebuild River Spring again if it costs me my life. As for you, Tyrek, the matter ends here and now.
You succeeded, Lord Alistair. These riots very nearly destroyed River Spring.
Harwin, you address me as Lord now?
Although you do not officially hold the title of Lord, you have shown that you have the soul of one. From this point forth, I shall address you as such.
I shall try to be worthy of your trust. The town may be appeased, but I could not please everyone.
It is difficult to lead. Your choices will always leave someone unhappy. The important thing is that you made decisions where others would simply let the situation deteriorate. The decisions you made today brought peace back to River Spring. That is all that matters.
He is right, Alistair. I never thought I would say this, but River Spring needs a man like you. It would be a shame for you to leave now.
Thank you, Ryman. Rest assured, I do not intend to leave. Not
Good to hear.
Now that this matter has been taken care of, I would like to carry on our discussion regarding your brother, Sauer.
Not here, Alistair. It has been a particularly delicate matter since the death of Lord Reynold. Find me at the castle.
Understood.
Alright, so I'm gonna cut it off here. Hope you're enjoying it so far. I'm really liking the story. This body I'm gonna loot. It's a good game if you're into cutscenes, I guess. If not, it's probably not very good. And you know, I'm only in chapter 2. It might get better. But I'm really liking it, and it seems like it'd be a good show. I don't know how well it follows the TV show. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll probably put another one up sometime later today. For this film later today. Yeah, thanks. Show your friends, show your family, show your boyfriend. You don't have a boyfriend? Hey. See you next time.